Hello friends, welcome to another lesson. In this lesson, we'll look at what are the basic operators which are available in C#. So as you can see, there are several types of operators like assignment operator, which is the equal sign, logical operators which are and or, arithmetic operators plus, minus, multiplication, divide, model, and comparison operators like equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, etc. And there is one more called ternary operators, and we'll see that later. So first let's start with the assignment operators. So assignment is like basically when you're assigning some value. So if we write int num1 equal to 20, so this is one basic integer assignment operator. So here we are using this equal to assign the value of 20 to this num1. So same thing we can do, and I have already prepared some snippets for this, so I'll just cut it and paste those. Here we cut and here we paste. So you can see the same thing we have done for another number of 5, and we have assigned this value of hello to this string, and same here for the world also. And now if we go and run this program, what will happen, whatever the value we have assigned for this num1, which is 20, and for num2, which is 5, this will get printed on the console. This particular piece of code we have seen in our previous lessons also. So let's go ahead and run. We'll just simply type and like this. We'll type .NET run, and you should see this. It's happening. Yes, as you can see, we have got it. Number is 20, number 1 is 20 as of, and number 2 is 5. So basically we have successfully assigned this to the values. Then comes the arithmetic operators. I'll just cut it here and paste it here, and we'll create some space in between. Arithmetic operators. So what are arithmetic operators? Basically, when we do some operation over there like adding, division, all these things, so these are all arithmetic operators. So it will be like, just simply cut this and we'll paste it here. And why I'm cutting and pasting? Because nobody likes to see me type boring code, right? So here what we are doing, we are replacing this particular strings with the value of num1 and num2, which we are adding using the plus operator. So if you see, if you run this program, we'll get the respective outputs according to the, here we are having this, we are adding, here we are multiplying, and so on according to the sign. So if we go ahead and run this thing, we'll see what is happening. And the plus operator, as it interacts between two int, it gives us the result like that. The plus operator can be used to concatenate for concatenations also. So what will happen, we have these two variables here, str, which is hello, and str2, which is world. And so if we use this plus operator for this, in this statement, what it will basically print, it will print hello, then it will print a space in between, and then it will convert the world part. So let's go ahead and run this thing. So again we'll just come here, we'll type .NET run, and we should see our operators in action. See, as you can see, we are getting our respective outputs. Set it like that. So 20 plus 5 is giving all the correct output it's giving, and hence it means we are able to get the successful outputs from this. And for the last part, the string operation, we are also able to concat two strings using the plus operators. So let's move on to the now to the logical operators. These are also very simple, which is used, this AND operator is like how it says, it's AND, so both the conditions must satisfy, and the OR operator. Or before that, let's look at this comparison operators. So for that I have also prepared one snippet. We'll just simply go and check those comparison operators. Here it is. So I'll just simply cut those, paste it like that, and We'll move the logical operators out of the way as of now. And just in case if you need to just pause the video, look at the code, type your own code, because if you only type and like create your own thing, then only you'll get to learn how these things work. So here, what this comparison operator does, basically they return what is the logical state. So, so suppose this equal to operator is there. So basically what this statement checks is number 1 equal to number 2. So here we have assigned 20 and in number 1 and 5 in number 2. So is they equal? So obviously not, right? So if we run this statement, here we should get one false statement. So it will be like number 1 equal to number 2 equal to false. And same here for not equal to, greater than and less than. So basically if we go ahead and run this code, let's see. So what we get, see, our logical operators are coming. So see, 20 equal to 5 equal to false. So we are getting what we should. Then same thing for 20 not equal to 5. Yes, that is true. And if 20 greater than 5, that is true. 20 less than 5, no, it's false. So we are getting all the correct outputs according to the operators. And now what this now and then we'll look at this logical operators. What this logical operator does, we can basically combine multiple logics like decision making logics like greater than, less than, using these logical operators. So we'll look at those. I have prepared one small snippet for this also. I'll just cut those and I'll just paste it. So here we go. Successfully pasted it. This code might seem a little big, but it's nothing there. Basically, what we are doing here, we are combining logics. So, is number 1 equal to number 2 and number 1 greater than number 2? It will go inside this if statement only and only if both statements are satisfied. Else, it will go to our else statement as it says. So, in our logical terms, we have given 20 and 5. So, is number 1 equal to number 2? Here the statement will fail and it won't check for the rest of the statement. So it will go into our else part. As of the second example, is number 1 equal to number 2? This will fail. But as we have written OR, so first if this thing fails, the first condition is false, then it will look for the second condition. If this one also turns out to be false, then it will go to the else part. Else, if this one is false and this one is true, then it will go inside this if part. As if like it's simple as that. Either this is true or this statement is true. Whatever is true will go inside the if statement. So if we run this code now, we'll see what happens. So we'll just open our terminal window and .NET run and see. Here we can see that. Just drag this a little bit easier to see. Right. So first example, logical operator inside and, so inside else. So as per our code, the first condition should fail, right? Because number 1 is not equal to number 2, so this first condition is failing. So that's why it's directly going into else. In case of AND, if this statement was supposed to be true and then this statement was also supposed to be true, then only it will go for the if block, else it will go for the else block. And for the OR statement, either of these two conditions are true, then it will go inside if block, and if both of them are false, then only it will go for the else block. So as you can see, in our first case, 20 equal to 5 is false and 20 greater than 5 is true. So what is happening here, as this condition is giving us output of false and this condition is giving output of true, but they're not, both are not true. That's why it's going inside the else block. Then for the OR part, just this one condition is true. That is enough to go inside the if block of the OR statement. Okay. If any questions, you can comment below and I'll be glad to explain you the rest. So the last portion is ternary operator. What is it? Basically, it's a if-else statement, but we can write that in a single line. So it's how it's written. It's very much simple. So suppose I have cut this snippet here and I'll paste it here. So as you can see, this is the ternary operator, the question mark. How it is done? It basically checks, is number 1 equal to number 2? Depending on the result, it will be execute this or this. So we have created a boolean called result, and inside that we are storing either true or false based on this condition. So this statement will be false. So if it is false, it will go to the second part of the colon, whatever it is there, and it will put that value inside the result. So number 1 and number 2 is not equal. So it is putting this false inside this result. So if we go ahead and print this, we should get it. So if it was true, then it will be like this. So again, if we open the code and simply run it, we should be able to see our result. So here you see num1 equal to num2 equal to false. The last statement what we have done. So it is false. So what will happen if we interchange these values? So basically whatever is first, that will be always considered as this statement is true. So then let's switch this and then see what is the output has changed. So if we just simply cut it and we'll paste it here and we'll just write true over there. So basically, what it should happen, if number 1 and number 2 are equal, then the result should be false. But if they are not equal, then the result should be true. Let's go ahead and run this again and we'll see what happens. As you can see, as number 1 and number 2 are not equal, it has gone to the else part of this. So directly it has given this result as true, and we are getting the true value here. So this is the basics of operators. There are few stuff which is there which are a bit more advanced. So we'll look into those in a later video. If any questions are there, you can comment below. I'll be happy to answer your comments. Thank you.